Imagine this: you're cruising through your day, feeling good, when, bam! Someone cuts you off in traffic. Or maybe a coworker shoots down your idea with a smirk. Perhaps a loved one leaves your text unread, and just like that, your mood tanks. Your chest tightens, your jaw locks, and your mind spirals, replaying that moment over and over. One word, one look, one silence, and suddenly, you've handed over the controls to your peace of mind. You're trapped, a prisoner to their actions. But what if you could snatch those controls back? What if you could stand tall, unshaken, no matter what anyone throws at you? What if you could become untouchable? That's the electric promise of Stoicism, a philosophy that's not just ancient wisdom but a battle-tested blueprint for living with unshakable strength. Today, we're diving into how you can stop letting others dictate your emotions and start owning your inner power. By the end, you'll have practical, life-changing tools to walk through the world with confidence, free from the weight of other people's words or actions. Let's start with a truth bomb: no one can hurt you unless you let them. Think about it: words, opinions, snarky comments, they're just air unless you give them power. They only sting if you let them sink in. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus nailed it when he said, "If someone speaks ill of you, don't make excuses, but answer, 'They don't know my other flaws,' or they'd have said worse." That's not just clever, it's liberating. Instead of crumbling under gossip or criticism, you flip the script. You laugh it off, not out of arrogance, but because you know their words don't define you. You can't control what people say or think, but you can decide how much space their nonsense takes up in your head. That's your power, and it's always been yours. Now, let's talk about rejection, because who hasn't felt that gut punch? A breakup that leaves you questioning your worth, a job denial that feels like a verdict on your abilities, a friend's cold shoulder that stings like betrayal. It's easy to spiral, to think their rejection means you're not enough. But here's the reality check: rejection isn't about you. It's about them, their biases, their distractions, their own paths. Seneca, another Stoic heavyweight, said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality. We build up rejection in our heads, turning it into proof of our flaws, when really, it's just life's way of redirecting you. That no isn't a measure of your value, it's a signpost pointing you towards something else." The Stoic move. Let it go. See rejection not as a wound but as a pivot to what's meant for you. Your worth isn't up for debate, it's ironclad. Next up, let's tackle anger, because it's a sneaky thief. You think getting mad makes you powerful, that yelling back at the jerk who cut you off or snapping at the person who disrespected you shows strength. But anger doesn't make you strong, it makes you a puppet. The moment you lose your cool, you've handed the reins to the very person you're mad at. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, had a mantra: the best revenge is to not be like your enemy. When you scream, when you stoop to their level, you're no longer you, you're their echo. Stoicism teaches you to hit pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Spoiler, it almost never is. True strength isn't loud or explosive. It's calm, steady, unshakable. It's choosing to stay in control when the world tempts you to lose it. Here's another game changer: you get to decide what's yours to carry and what's not. Epictetus broke it down simply: there are things you control and things you don't. Other people's opinions, their words, their judgments, those are outside your control. They belong to the world, not you. What's yours? Your actions, your choices, your thoughts. Picture this: every insult, every side eye, every whisper slides off you like water off a duck's back. You don't carry what isn't yours. You let it fall away, weightless. Suddenly, your life feels lighter, freer, because you're no longer hauling around other people's baggage. That's the Stoic way: travel light, keep only what's yours, and let the rest pass through you like a breeze. Now, let's build your fortress, your standards. People only have power over you when you're desperate for their approval. If you're living to please others, you're living on borrowed ground. But when you set your own standards, when you measure your worth by your integrity, your discipline, your character, no one can touch you. Seneca warned, it's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. Chasing validation is a trap, a kind of poverty that leaves you vulnerable. Build your worth from within, and you become a force. You don't beg for respect, you radiate it. You don't need their applause because you've got your own. That's the kind of strength that makes you untouchable. To make this real, let's paint a picture. Two people face the same insult. The first takes it to heart. Their blood boils, their voice spikes, their mind churns all night, replaying the moment. They've surrendered their peace, letting the insult define their day. The second person hears the same words, pauses, and lets a small smile creep in. They know the insult says more about the speaker than it does about them. They shrug, move on, and their day stays theirs. Which one's free? Which one's strong? The choice is clear, but too often, we act like the first person, chained to others' opinions. Stoicism asks, who do you want to be? The one who crumbles or the one who stands tall? Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, practice owning your power. When someone cuts you off, when a comment stings, when rejection hits, stop. Take one deep breath. Ask yourself, am I about to give away my control? If the answer's yes, choose differently. Walk away. Chuckle softly. Write it down instead of lashing out. Notice how it feels to hold on to your peace instead of throwing it away. By day 7, you'll start to feel it, a spark of sovereignty, a taste of what it means to be unshakable. This isn't about becoming bulletproof overnight. It's about small wins, stacking up day by day, until you're standing taller than you ever thought possible. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about dodging insults or brushing off rejection, it's about rewriting how you move through the world. Every time you choose calm over chaos, clarity over anger, you're reclaiming a piece of yourself. You're building a life where no one, not a rude stranger, not a dismissive boss, not a silent friend, gets to steer your ship. Marcus Aurelius said it best, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your strength, your freedom, your life. And it starts with a choice, to stop giving others the keys to your peace. So, are you ready to take this further? To stop letting every jab or slight knock you off course? Stick with me. Share your thoughts below. What's one moment where you let someone else take your power, and how could you handle it differently next time? Your story might just light a spark for someone else. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about choosing strength over reaction, freedom over chains. Each step you take, each time you pause, breathe, and choose your response, you're building a version of yourself that's untouchable. That's where the magic happens. Not in a loud, flashy moment, but in the quiet power of owning who you are. Let's keep going. The world's full of noise, but you don't have to add to it. You can be the calm in the storm, the one who stands firm when everything else shakes. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a revolution in how you live. It's the art of staying grounded, no matter what life throws at you. And the best part? It's all in your hands. You don't need permission, you don't need approval, and you definitely don't need to wait. Start today. Take that first breath. Make that first choice. And watch how the world starts to look different when you're the one in control.